Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's me Talking Simple 2 here, and for today's video, I want to be talking about something very differently aside from talking about Nintendo games, since that's what my channel is mostly revolve around from. But instead, I want to be talking about a very popular rhythm game that I really find something charming about it, and it's still alive to this very day because the community itself is helping supporting it, and especially with its Kickstarter. This rhythm game is known by the name of Friday Night Funkin. Now, in my opinion, Friday Night Funkin is something very charming. I'm not usually a fan of rhythm games or music games, especially Dance Dance Revolution, but this game is something else that I didn't really expect. It's sort of like Dance Dance Revolution, except you use arrow keys. But the one thing I find charming about it was the tweaks, the characters, even the story, and the song itself. But most of all, what's best for its community and the game itself was the mods. Like I said in the beginning, the game is still alive to this very day because the community of Friday Night Funkin' are making mods out of it, and it comes from different talented and different creators from the variety of characters, the great music and songs, and especially the story itself. Most of them have a story, while some of them don't. But in this video, I'm going to be making a top 5 best Friday Night Funkin' mod. Now, the reason why this isn't a top 10 is because I just kind of want to get straight to the point and making it a top 5 just for some fast pace instead. Not only that, the full version of Friday Night Funkin' doesn't come out until 2022, but there is currently a Kickstarter going on, so if you guys want to donate it, I highly suggest you donate this so the full version of Friday Night Funkin' mod will come out next year on 2022, and I will leave the Kickstarter and the link in the description below. But before we get into the list, I want to make a few rules. One is that first off, I personally never played the mods because first of all, my computer is straight up a potato, and two, I'm more talking about the mods, whether it's by story, the characters, and the songs, and three, these are all my opinions. We are all entitled to our own opinions, and that's just about it I had to talk about. And so with all that out of the way, let's not waste time, and let's get straight into the top 5 best Friday Night Funkin' mods. Now, number 5 is something very unexpected, but Matt. Now, if you don't know who Matt is, then I think you might be aware that he's more of a meme. He does appear as a default Mii character in Wii Sports, and then after that, he became a meme. Then suddenly, the creator of Matt decided to make a mod out of him in Friday Night Funkin', and I'm not joking, he is not playing around. So, in this mod, in the story itself, boyfriend and girlfriend decides to, take some training from a person named Matt, and he has 2 weeks from it. In week 1, he has 3 songs, Light It Up, Ruckus, and Target Practice, while in week 2, he has 2 songs from Sportin' and Boxing Match. Now, the one thing that is somewhat trending going on from the Friday Night Funkin' mods is the fact that most of the songs, when it comes to a character being angry, they have a lot of spam and notes, half notes, and a lot of things. Matt is something else. He has a variety of notes coming at you, and especially from Boxing Match and Target Practice. In all, the reason why he's only number 5 is because, not gonna lie, he is pretty tough, but once you get used to it, he really is great. Plus, the character is so meme-like that I had to put him in this list. Now, number 4 on this list is a pretty interesting mod, and this mod is going to be Cyrex, but I did have another mod in this list because I can't choose between the two, so that's why these characters are going to be on the list. Let's first start out with Cyrex. Cyrex is a friend of Hex, and I can't even tell about the story, but it feels like the story itself takes place after the Versus Hex mod. Cyrex has four songs, that being Assembly, Integer Overflow, and also System Error, and I forgot what the second song is. But anyways, the first 2 songs were alright. When we get to Integer Overflow, it is very something because it gives out a stop in the first verse, and then after that, it gets very intense in the last verse. And then there's System Error, where there is a very odd thing where he becomes crashed, like, his screen is pretty much crashed at this point. And the song itself at first has a mix of Manifest from a mod that has been deleted from the Game Banana, the one site where you can download Friday Night Funkin' mods for a good reason that I'm not going to talk about, but System Error's first beginning does sound like a bit of Sky's Manifest song, so that's pretty much something. But like I said, I chose two characters because I can't choose between two of them, and since Cyrix is friends with Hex is also along with him. Hex, in my opinion, is one of the best characters of Friday Night Funkin'. Not because he... how do I explain this, really? Now, to put it simple, really, Hex is a pretty chill guy. Instead of just being mad, all he just wants to do is just, have a rap battle with boyfriend. He has nothing against girlfriend at all, but instead, he just wants to have a rap battle with boyfriend instead. He has 4 different songs, and my personal favorite song from the Friday Night Funkin' mods was Glitcher, because honestly, the scenery of Glitcher changing really surprised me, and Hex, in my opinion, like I said, is a pretty chill dude, and since he's friends with Cyrix, these two are pretty much chill bros at the moment. He isn't really mad at all. He just wants to rap. He just wants to rap. And the story does take place after the Witty mod, which I do find interesting. And I did hear from the creators that they are really friends after all. Not sure what I heard that from, but that's what I've been hearing from the community. Alright, number 3 is something that has happened recently, just about a couple days ago. That being Tricky the Clown, the secondary antagonist of Madness Combat. Now, personally, I have never seen Madness Combat. I've only seen a few videos of it, but I mostly see videos when it comes to Tricky whenever he's mentioned. And Tricky himself is not another character you should mess around with. Just like Matt, you do not want to mess with him. He has 4 different songs. We got Improbable Outset, Madness, and Hellclown, but if you beat all these 3 songs in hard mode difficulty, I know right. Instead, you also get a 4th song that is really, really difficult, and by the difficulty, it is unfair. Expurgation and its difficulty, it is not wrong. It is actually unfair. You got arrows coming at you with where that can straight up insta-kill you. There's also signs blocking your way, and there's even Tricky the Clowns straight up pulling the health bar just so you can lose. I'm not gonna lie, and since this is a recent mod, because the Tricky mod has been updated recently with the character of Madness Combat, the main protagonist, Hank, this really makes it one of the best mods of the entire Friday Night Funkin' mod community. In my opinion, Tricky is one of the best characters because he just screams at you a lot, but that's just what I love about him. Next up, number 2 is Tabby. We are this close to number 1, but before that, number 2 will be Tabby. If you don't know who this character is, he is from the mod, the Versus X mod, and I'm not gonna lie, both 3 of his songs are quite amazing. Though, the 3rd song has a mix of something else. So anyways, the story is that both boyfriend and girlfriend were going at a restaurant. That is until girlfriend met her ex-boyfriend, Tabby. And Tabby, which like with every other Friday Night Funkin' mod, and even week 6 with Senpai and the Spirit, he does have something against Daddy Dearest. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure what the story is, but I did hear that he was kind of kidnapped for a year. But what with all, Tabby comes back and he does want to talk about things with boyfriend. Instead, he wants to rap battle in with him. He has 3 songs: My Battle and Last Chance. But the 3rd song is one of my favorite ones next to Madness, that being Genocide. And Genocide is something else. Instead, now the thing is, Tabby is always mad. He really isn't mad. But when you get to the 3rd song, Genocide, he straight up commits terrorism. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Tabby straight up committed terrorism by blowing up the restaurant that boyfriend and girlfriend was in. Not only that, Tabby's song Genocide is really something that I can't really imagine. And like I said, there is something very similar about the song Genocide, that it does have a mix between of both Ballistic and Madness, but I did hear that the creator of Tabby did confirm that Ballistic, Witty's Ballistic, and Tricky's Madness are both some of his favorite songs, which I'm not gonna lie, he's not wrong. Both of those songs are pretty great, so Genocide is just something else, since it does have a mix between of all characters screaming together. And overall, Madness, not only is Genocide one of my favorite songs, but Tabby is also one of my favorite mods and characters as well. Now, before we get to number 1, I do want to talk about a few honorable mentions about the other Friday Night Funkin' mods. Woody, in my opinion, is one of the best well-known mods because not only he's the first one, but he's also the one that started the trend of him basically screaming with spamming notes. The reason why he's not number 1 and in the honorable mentions because that would kind of feel a bit unfair if I put him in number 1 just because he's the first ever mod. So I decided to put him in the honorable mentions because he's just really amazing and his songs are just so great and very catchy at the same time, and especially ballistic. Severant and Rub, both from Midnight Fight Masses, are really something. I mean, Rub's song is basically him, like, you know, his voice straight up shakes the entire area, but Severant's all 3 songs are really amazing, but she's not really number 1 in my opinion. Zardy only has 1 song, but that's meant to be challenging because the game he's from, Zardy Maze, is really challenging as well. Not only that, the fact that he disappears, which is a huge reference to the game he's from, is a really great touch thanks to Swanky Box. And Neon. Now, this first song was kind of quick and pretty much fast, but the other 2 songs are really amazing, and I guess there are ways to, you know, make up for the first song being a bit too quick, but these are all the honorable mentions. But my question is, and for those wondering out there, what is my number 1 best Friday Night Funkin' mod? Number 1 for the best Friday Night Funkin' mod, in my opinion, is Garcello from the mod Smoke 'Em Out Struggle. There is something very amazing and charming about it. Like I said with Hex, he is pretty much a chill dude along with Cyrix, but Garcello is something else. He has 4 songs in total: Headache, Nerves, Release, and Fade In. Headache does show a bit of really interesting things since he wants to start up a rap battle because boyfriend doesn't want to smoke with him. Then in Nerves, he does respect boyfriend for beating him in the rap battle, but there was something wrong with Garcello at the moment because in some of the notes he does cough, and in Release he straight up dies and his smoke is straight up the ghost of him. But the song Release is also my number 1 best favorite Friday Night Funkin' song out from the mods of all time because it has such a very emotional moment in it, and the song itself is also very saddening, which makes Garcello one of the best ones. And in Fade In really hurts my soul a lot. He didn't have to die. Like, Garcello didn't really have to die. But overall, Garcello is my number 1, and in my opinion, one of the best Friday Night Funkin' mods of all time. But with all that, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of what you think the best Friday Night Funkin' mods are, which characters you like, which songs you like. I want to know all your opinions down below. And so with that, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, follow my Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember this, once a legend, always a legend.
Like a Hellcat.